topic that I'm going to cover today is package in Java. Now, what do we basically mean by a package? Package means grouping similar types of classes and interfaces and subclasses collectively based on functionality. So if we know that there are certain classes or interfaces or subclasses in Java, those does related work, we group them together inside a single package. Correct? So there are certain advantages of doing that. When you are grouping similar type of classes and interfaces and subclasses together, then the readability of the whole structure of the program gets enhanced. So basically package means related classes, subclasses and interfaces would be grouped together. Now, what are the advantages of packages? Reusability. The classes contained in the packages of another class, another program can be easily reused. Obviously, as you can see, when we code, we use packages and we use packages which are given to us by Java, and we use the classes inside those packages to do our program. So the classes or the subclasses or interfaces which are defined inside a package can be reused in another program. Secondly, name conflict. Now you see, look over here, the example that I have given. Suppose there is a college class, and inside the college class there are two separate classes. One is BCA, another one is BBA, and both of these classes have students as their subclass. So when we are using separate packages, we can use students under BCA and students under BBA separately. Correct? So there won't be any clash in the names. Though both the names are students at the end, both the classes are called students, but since they belong to two different packages, uh, one is BCA, another one is BBA, that's why you can use same name for you can use the same name for both different packages. So therefore, when you are using same name, the readability of the program improves. Why? Because suppose we are keeping student data. So in both the cases, we are naming the classes as student. We don't need to name one class as student and another class as something else. So this also enhances the readability of your program. Controlled access offers access protection such as protected classes, default classes, and private classes. Now, if you look at the access specifier that we have already done, now this is the access specifier. Now, if we look at the access specifier, we can see that this default access modifier and the protected access modifier, they act differently when we are using a package system. For example, a default access specifier is not visible in any other package, whether it is a subclass or a separate class altogether. A default access modifier is not visible outside the package, but when the same value or same method or same data member or same method is made protected, it is visible in the subclass of other package, subclass that we have defined in other package, right? So using the package system, the usability of the access modifiers are also enhanced. Now, in the extension of the previous point, we can pretty well understand that since protected members, the subclass can access the protected members from other package, and the subclasses cannot access the default members present in other packages. So obviously the system of data encapsulation is also enhanced using the package system. And maintenance, since related classes and subclasses are grouped together in a single package, so therefore the maintenance of the system also becomes very uh, crisp, and it becomes very easy, because if we have to modify something, we any related work, we know that all the related work belongs to a particular package, so we will just make the necessary changes in that package without making any changes or without modifying any other packages, right? So these are the pros of having a package system in Java. Now, there are two types of packages that we get in Java. One is the built-in package and another one is the user-defined package. Clear? Now, if I show you example of built-in packages, these are the examples of built-in packages. So long we have been working with Applet, so let me pull out an example from Applet itself. You see over here we have written import Java applet import Java awt event item event. So all these are packages. So how do you include a package in your program? To include a package in your program, you have to use the keyword import, right? And all these packages are already provided to you by Java JDK. So when you include these packages or import these separate packages in your Java program, the classes which are available inside these packages are available to you for programming. For example, you see this AWT package, this gives us the components in an applet, right? So over here, this checkbox, you see this checkbox that we have included in our applet comes from this AWT package. If I remove this, if I remove this, if I comment out this AWT package, you see this checkbox will not be available to me and it will give me an error. It will show me an error, right? And it will ask me to import the checkbox from Java AWT. Did you understand? So this AWT package is giving me this components in applet, right? This components that I'm using in applet. So when I don't include this AWT package, I don't get this components to code. Only when I include this package in my program, then only these components are there at my disposal and I can use them in my program. Correct? So built-in packages are those packages which are given to us by Java JDK. Now, going back to our topic, the second type of uh, package that is there is user-defined package. That means when you want to define your own package. Correct? So you can define your own package and you can group all the related classes in your package, and not only that, your package can be utilized by other classes belonging to other packages as well. Correct? So you can create your own package and that package can be used, all the classes inside that package that you have created can be used by other classes belonging to other package. So first let me show you how a package can be created. Now this is a very simple program where I have created a class called compare, and this compare class has got a single function called getMax, which is taking two parameters and it is returning the higher of the two parameters. It's a very simple program. Now the main idea is I have to show you how to create a package. To create a package, you need to name a package and you have to write this statement at the top of your program. Package test. You have to write package test. Test is the name of my package that I have given, and package is the keyword. So as soon as you create this, as soon as you write this statement and a semicolon at the end, it means that you are trying to create a package called test, and this compare class will be put inside the test package. Clear? Now, as soon as we do that, a package folder has to be created, or if you are using IDE like Eclipse, then the test folder will get automatically created. If you are not using Eclipse IDE, you are doing it through Notepad, then you have to create a folder. You have to create a folder inside your bin called test, and there you need to put this class called compare and then compile it. Right? Now, please note that the access modifier of this class is public. Clear? This is very, very important, because if I change this access modifier, if I don't give anything over here, that means this access modifier is public. Correct? Sorry, it's not public anymore. It is default. Right? It is default. Now, if I, after creating this, if I try to compile this particular program, then, so now, as I remove this public keyword and I compile this program, this program compiles fine, but the problem would arise when I am trying to use this class in another package. Now again I will go back to the access modifier. You see, in access modifier, default access modifier is not visible outside the package. So over here, when I am creating the class, if I don't make this class public, it is absolutely fine if I am not using it outside this package. But if I want to use it outside this package, I cannot keep this class as a default class. Correct? Then I have to make it a public class. Is it okay? So, therefore, when you are creating a package, inside the package, you can create classes. But if you want those classes to be accessed outside the package, you cannot make those classes default in nature. Making the classes default will make them invisible to the classes belonging outside the package you have created. I will just give you an example of that. You see, this class name is compare, correct? Let me make this as a default class. Right? So this class compare is a default class. Now I take this compare, and over here there is an abc.java. This abc.java belongs to another package test2, and I have imported my package test in this class. You see the test package that I have created, where I have used, this is the test package I have created where I have declared the class compare, and I have used that I will be using that compare class over here. So that's why I have imported that package. Now when I am trying to use the class compare over here, when I'm trying to use the class compare over here, there is an error. And what is this error? The error says the type compare is not visible. The type compare is not visible. Why is this error given? The type compare not visible because compare has been made default in nature. So since compare has been made default in nature, the visibility outside the package has been stopped. So if I now make this as public, and after making it public, if I try to access it, you see the errors are gone and I can easily access. You see I have sent 4 and 5 as the two values, so the higher value will be 5, right? Correct. So when I run this code, it gives me the value 5 over here in the console window. So therefore, my compare class that belongs to some other package is easily visible to another class belonging to another package test2, and I am being able to access the functions as well. Clear? Now, before I move on, you should keep this in mind when you are creating a package. Package should be the first statement in your program. After the package statement, then you should give all the import statements. The import statements cannot precede the package statement. The import statement cannot precede the package statement. The package statement should come first and then the import statements should be used. Clear? Now let me cover the concept of inheritance in this package system. Now, in this package test, I have created another class called protected compare. Now, in this protected compare class, there is a public int 8 value that has been assigned as 10, and the same function max, which takes two parameters and it returns the higher of the two values, and that is also public in nature. Clear? Now, this ABC, which belongs to another package test2, in the previous example I had already showed you how it uh, was able to get the values from compare class. Correct? Now, over here, ABC class is extending protected compare class. That means a class ABC which belongs to the package test2 is inheriting a class protected compare that is belonging to another package test. Clear? Now, protected compare class has got all the values as public, right? This is also public in nature and this is also public in nature. Correct? So in that scenario, when I have created an object of ABC class, since ABC class has inherited protected compare, so this data member A and the function getMax, which belongs to protected compare class, is now a member of ABC, right? So when I am calling c.a, c.getMax, it is easily available because public is available throughout. Public access specifier class data members are available throughout. So when I run this code, I get 10, that is the value of A, and 5 as the greater value of 4, 5. Clear? Now please look at it very carefully. I change this public to no access specifier. Having no access specifier means it is default in nature. Correct? So protected compare has a default member and ABC is a subclass, right? So let us get back to our definition. Let us get back to our access specifier. When we get back to our access specifier, we see that subclasses outside the package subclasses cannot see default values, right? So when we come back to this ABC class, we find that there is an error over here, where error in accessing the variable A which has been made default. There is no error in accessing getMax because getMax is still public in nature, but A has been turned to default. So there is a problem in accessing the default value, but there is no problem in accessing the public value. Correct? So therefore, public access specifier can be accessed across the package. Default cannot be accessed across the package. There is another catch over here. Protected, when something is when values are protected, the subclasses can access the protected values. Correct? So let me make this A as protected instead of default. So I have made A as protected, and this class ABC is subclass of the protected compare. Now you see the error is gone, and again if I run the code, there is no error and I am getting the result in the console. So when we are trying to use protected in a package, in a separate package, and we are using a subclass of a class, then protected values and public values are getting accessed, but defaults are not getting accessed. Clear? Now, last point. Let me make this access modifier of the class as protected. I am changing the class as a protected class, not the data members. The class itself I am making protected. You see there is an error. And what does the error say? Error says that you cannot create a protected class. It can be public, it can be abstract, it can be final, but the class cannot be protected. Clear? So that is how we create a package and we use our user defined package in Java.